From Studio One, KWWSP in Marietta, Georgia, it's time for your WR Starkey News Update with Lori Hilton.
Hi, I'm Layton Hilton, in for Lori Hilton, who is on holiday with her lovely family. I hear she's spending a lot of time with her awesome daughter. Anywho, here are today's top stories. Rates are still great. They are currently 4.75 to 5% as usual, depending on the credit. Agents, as you know, it's that special time of year again. It's a time to be grateful for our health, our families, and don't forget good old Saint Nick. I love Santa. So now it's time for us to wrap up all the things we're grateful for in the year 2009. Here to help me with this today is the leader of our market center, Kim Jeeves. Welcome, Kim, and thank you for joining me here today.
Why, thank you. I'm just so glad to be here, Lori.
You mean Layton?
Oh my gosh, you look so much like Lori. Thanks, Layton.
Well, Kim, I hear 2009 has been a fantastic year for Atlanta West Cobb. Looking back this year, what are some of your most memorable moments?
You know, I think looking back at this year in 2009, there's so much to be thankful for. We could probably sit here for hours and talk about that. The things I'm most grateful for as an office are the leaders, the agents, the incredible compassion and care they give for each other. They help each other each and every day. They train each other. They're just so kind. The kindness and compassion and integrity among the agents, I'm grateful for. It creates an office where everyone wants to come, everyone wants to stay. They get busy, they stay busy, and they love each other. That's what I'm grateful for, Layton.
Thanks, Kim. I couldn't have said it better myself. Just saying. Now for the big story of the month. There are several players that are important to achieve a successful real estate transaction. Starting with a professional KW real estate agent, a ready, willing, and able buyer, an organized loan officer, certified home inspectors, the appraiser we can't talk to, and last but not at all least, a smart closing attorney. Our question in the studio today is, how important is the lender to the closing attorney? Our lovely and very funny Carrie Geller is on location at Neal & Robinson Law Firm to answer that very question. Carrie?
Good morning, Keller-Williams. Carrie Geller here, reporting live at the West Cobb Market Center. You know what? I took a long look at the tapes that I had done before on my reporting, and I made a huge discovery. I was dull. That's right. I was boring. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked and in disbelief. So I made a conscious decision that I was going to show more of my bubbly personality. I am a can-do person. I get up every morning and I say to myself, it's going to be a great day at Keller-Williams. I put on a happy face, and by golly, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to go get a client today. It's all about mindset and conquering your fears. It's all about knowing that I am great. Am I right, all you bold agents out there? It's going to be a zippity-doo-dah day. Well, let's get on with the interview. Today we are going to be talking to the #1 attorney at Neal & Robinson. He's pretty funny too. Gillen Joachim. We're also going to be talking to the all-time best paralegal in the whole state of Georgia. No, you know what? Make that the whole universe. And that's Samantha Baker. The West Cobb agents are lucky to have them both looking out for them. First of all, we're going to start with Gillen. Gillen, what are the challenges you face every day being successful in today's market?
Thank you, Carrie. Again, Gillen Joachim, on-site closing attorney with Neal & Robinson. Thank you. The #1 thing that we have as a challenge is a lack of communication. Some lenders that are out there just don't tell us what's going on. It is very disconcerting, to say the least.
Right.
Frequently, we will be days or even hours before a closing, and a lender has not told us where they are in the file.
Wow. How do you even with that?
It's difficult to move forward. we have to coordinate with all of the parties, the buyers and sellers and agents, and let them know that we're kind of up in the air. Mm-hmm. And of course that's difficult for them as well. Their buyers and sellers are packing and have moving vans and kids, and so the number one thing that we run into that's the most difficult to deal with is a lack of communication.
Wow, wow. Well, what is the most important factor that impacts you when you work a closing?
Well, I would say that that's having the details all in the right place. Obviously, when you're dealing with a purchase transaction, in addition to the loan that's being closed, typically the sellers will have loans that they are paying off. There's insurance and homeowners association. Sometimes there's repairs to be made. So we have to make sure that all those details are in the right place. What I would say is when we're working with the folks at WR Starkey, they are always on the ball. Cool. They've always got that information together. They tell us where they are in their file. So that's the icing on the cake. On top of that is, we've got the Stellar Keller agent here, the WR Starkey folks over there, and when we're all working together, we share that common goal of supporting this office and getting the agents' closings done on time.
Wow, that sounds really important to not only the agents but to the clients, and that's what's most important to Keller Williams. So tell me, Gillen, you work with agents from all different brokers. Do you find that there is a difference in regards to working with Keller Williams agents?
Yes, I can say without a doubt, unequivocally, that the Keller Williams West Cobb agents are the most educated and professional in the business.
Wow.
And it's my pleasure to work with them, with each and every one of them.
Well, that is fantastic. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk with Samantha. Oh, good. Here comes Samantha right now. Now, Samantha, let me ask you, how is it that every day you continue to be the very best paralegal out there, and you know how much the agents depend on you, and your determination and tenaciousness?
Well, I take my job very seriously, and I know that if I didn't take my job seriously, that it would affect the agents and their families. I know that if I don't pay attention to every detail, that a problem could arise and it could possibly delay the closing, or the closing could be delayed or completely terminated. Right. And I don't want that to happen.
Right.
And that won't happen on my watch, Carrie.
Wow, great. Well, what are the few challenges that you face when you are working a file?
Well, communication is number one with lenders. But the biggest challenge is getting a closing package on time. We have to get a closing package in a timely manner where I can do all of the work on the package, and then Gillen can review the package to make sure that everything has been done properly, because I do make mistakes. Very little,
right.
But I do.
I can't believe that.
Maybe once or twice a year.
Right. Okay.
So I know that I can breathe a little sigh of relief when I see a file where Starkey is the lender, because for one, we get closing packages in advance, and communication is always there, and it makes for a very, very smooth closing.
Wow. Well, you've heard it here, folks, at Keller Williams West Cobb. #1 real estate agents, #1 real estate attorney, #1 paralegal, and #1 WR Starkey lenders. Thank you so much, and back to you, Lori.